Welcome to News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Cross. Here now the news for November 22nd, 2019. The bridge for the upcoming walkway linking Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa and the Magic Kingdom has been installed. We recently saw the rotating dial mechanism installed, but now the bridge platform has been attached to its rotating base. The bridge features wood decking and the metal handrails are currently removed, but there will be metal handrails. This specific kind of bridge is known as a swing arm bridge, meaning it will literally swing out into the lake to allow for any maritime traffic like the electrical water pageant barges nightly. This walkway will eventually allow guests to walk from the Polynesian and Grand Floridian Resort to the Magic Kingdom. They cannot currently. Today at the Royal Sommerhus, one of my favorite words to say, in the Norway Pavilion at Epcot, Anna and Elsa are both sporting brand new looks inspired by Frozen 2. Many believe that the costumes Anna and Elsa sported during the Disney Parks blog preview of the film would be the ones they'd be wearing today, but in true Disney fashion, we've been surprised with all new, never-before-seen ensembles for both sisters. I will warn you that the ensembles may spoil the movie a little bit, so if you haven't seen Frozen 2, maybe skip ahead a few seconds. Anna is sporting a forest green dress with a royal black velvet shrug and gold accents. Her hair is put up in a braided crown with her golden crown nestled on top. Don't know why she has a crown. Meanwhile, Elsa has traded in her blue dress for an all-white gown with sheer sleeves and an iridescent cape. She no longer wears her long, snowy white hair in a braid, opting to have it tousled and free in a loose chignon. You can check out, I just had to learn what that word meant before we came on here. You can check out our very own meet and greet with the two sisters in a video right here on our YouTube channel. Of course, with the release of Frozen 2 and the change of the character costumes for Anna and Elsa at the meet and greet, there's also matching children's costumes available at the Fjording shop. And as well, a new Frozen 2 limited edition Magic Band featuring Olaf, Anna, and Elsa is available at Walt Disney World now. Credit card chip readers, originally sold in 2018, which were being tested at the Art of Disney store in Disney Springs, are now being rolled out to regular use at Epcot. We spotted the credit card chip reader now active at Pin Central, where we were prompted to insert and not slide the credit card as usual. Over at World Traveler, the credit card chip readers have also been activated. Cast members informed us that the feature had been activated just this week. Eventually, the goal is to activate these credit card chip readers property-wide and transition all points of sale to chip readers for credit card transactions, with a swipe option remaining for Disney gift cards, Disney Visa reward cards, and the like. The Epcot International Festival of the Holidays is back, celebrating joyous holiday traditions from around the globe. This year's festival is presented by Advent Health and runs November 29th through December 30th, 2019, featuring a variety of Yuletide decorations, flavors, family-friendly activities, and of course, the wondrous candlelight processional. The official holiday cookie stroll is returning this year with yummy cookies galore, and all the food menus and holiday offerings throughout the park have been released. You can check them out at wdwnt.com. Construction walls went up around the Fountain View at Epcot back in September, just days after it was closed. Since then, the demolition in the area led to the complete removal of the Fountain of Nations, and work quickly has now moved on to the former Starbucks location in the park, known as Fountain View. Today, we saw that the Fountain View is pretty much no more, as the columns and the roof have been completely demolished. Demolition work has made its way through the former Starbucks, now ripping into the former Innovention/Communicore structure. Red-orange protective sleeves have also been added to the wires that make up the Pin Central canopy. Those will be coming down soon. This entire area of Future World is slated to become part of the new World Celebration neighborhood once the transformation of Epcot is complete in a few years' time. Turns out this year's most highly anticipated restaurant isn't opening this year. When we last checked in on the status of Space 220, we found out that the planned executive chef, Theo Schoeniger, had abandoned ship. And just weeks before the restaurant's expected winter opening date, it appeared that Disney was scrambling to have the restaurant fully staffed. Well, Disney and Patina, for that matter. A slew of new job openings have gone up this week, but one of the latest ones indicates a delayed opening for the Intergalactic Bistro. A new blurb indicates an opening date that contradicts the winter 2019 and before year's end opening that was announced at this year's D23 Expo, and in all official announcements regarding the new restaurant. Quote, Space 220 plans to launch in February 2020, and we're looking for blank, or where a job position would be, to join our crew and start training in January. With the absence of the executive chef position listing, we can only assume that the position has once again been filled. That means they can focus on hiring other key roles like sous chef, restaurant manager, front of house, and more. like cashiers and bartenders now. But February 2020 seems to be when that's going to open. The annual Living with the Land holiday overlay is back this year at Epcot. Old favorites like the Sand Snowmen or Sandmen family are back. They've made their return. A vertical garden display is decked out with a wreath made of popcorn and cherry tomato ornaments. The best addition this year is the display featuring the Land Pavilion fresh produce boxes. Boxes are printed with the classic Pavilion logo, which is back now, by the way, as part of the Epcot overhaul, and even feature vents to keep the produce fresh. Some are wrapped in red ribbon, while others are overflowing with fresh, hydroponically grown veggies. You can watch a full video of this holiday version of the ride right here on our YouTube channel. Set to reopen from November 23rd to December 1st, it has been announced that Primeval Whirl and Dinoland USA at Animal Kingdom will also be reopening for Christmas week. Attraction will be open from December 22nd through the 31st, 2019, and also January 1st through the 4th of 2020. During these dates, the attraction will not operate during extra magic hours. Disney shared a first look inside the yet-to-be-named new Cirque du Soleil show that's set to debut at Disney Springs at the Walt Disney World Resort in the spring of 2020. This original creation coming to Disney Springs celebrates the art of Disney animation in Cirque du Soleil's signature way, with a tribute to the craftsmanship that makes Disney so extraordinary. The show will transport the audience into the world of Disney animation with new original acrobatic sequences, dazzling choreography, musical masterpieces, and whimsical characters. You can check out the full video at wdwnt.com for a behind-the-scenes look at what you can expect when the show debuts. Disney's Riviera Resort will not only offer rooftop and signature character dining at Topolino's Terrace, but it's got all facets of dining covered with Bar Riva Lounge, Le Petit Café Patisserie, and Primo Piatto, the resort's quick-service restaurant. Full menus for breakfast, lunch, and dinner at Primo Piatto were recently released, and they're far from what you would normally expect with elevated versions of classic favorites. Breakfast will feature an array of artisanal breakfast pizzas, platters, and sandwiches, while lunch and dinner will have a selection of hearth pizzas, sandwiches, and wraps. If you're looking for something extra hearty at dinner, a full-on hanger steak and roasted chicken will be available. You can read the full menus on our site. The newest addition to the Disney Parks designer collection are limited release Coach leather Mickey headbands. These new T-rose ears feature Coach's famous stamped out and riveted florals. Subtle rose-colored rivets along with gold and pewter tones are on these genuine glove tan leather ears, and they come in the keepsake Disney Parks Designer Collection box and a dust bag similar to what comes with standard Coach brand purses to protect them while in storage. These can be found at Uptown Jewelers at the Magic Kingdom and other locations for $195. The Republican Party Statesman's Dinner, originally scheduled to take place on December 7th at the Grand Floridian at Walt Disney World, has been relocated to an undisclosed venue in Miami. The Trump National Doral Miami Resort will be the venue for the GOP's winter meetings, but the location for the Republican Party Statesman's Dinner in Miami has not been released. The fundraising event will be closed to the media. Last year, the event raised Florida Republicans $500,000 and is their preeminent fundraising event annually, but it will not be held at Walt Disney World. Orlando International Airport's second Magic at Disney store in the main terminal East Hall officially opened to guests today, replacing Disney's Airport, which closed back in July. The focal point of the exterior is a 36-foot-long video screen showing scenes from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. The video wall replaces the Mickey statue with the 4 theme park icons that welcome guests for many years. The Passport Collection Mickey Compass leads your way into the store. The walls feature faux wood paneling with Mickey icons, and wood grain, white, and gray make up the color palette of the various store displays with illuminated graphics highlighting various merchandise lines. As well, a large screen shows various Walt Disney World imagery inside of the shop. You can take a full video walking tour of the new store at wdwnt.com. After months of operating with just one side of the mountain open, the Matterhorn bobsleds at Disneyland Park has returned to full operation. Both sides of the mountain are operational, meaning you can again view Fantasyland or Tomorrowland as you slide down the slopes. The reason for the closure was due to a piece of the mountain that fell on the tracks and required repairing back in August. This piece of the mountain was discovered by crews after park closure, so guests were never in any danger. The construction walls that were erected last week by the exterior queue of Star Wars Rise of the Resistance at Disneyland have come down, revealing new, larger emergency exits for the attraction. These exits were recently behind walls, as Disney must have deemed them not to be adequate or suitable for the expected crowds. Both exits are currently blocked off by trash cans. Star Wars Rise of the Resistance opens in Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland on January 17, 2020, but don't forget, we are days away from an opening at Walt Disney World on December 5th at Hollywood Studios. The first Star Wars Rise of the Resistance commercial has debuted for Disneyland, even though that opens later, showcasing looks inside the groundbreaking attraction. The commercial reuses existing footage of the attraction, but it does show the highlights that Disney expects to wow guests the most. As you will see in the 30-second commercial, the ride features trackless ride vehicles driven by droids, and the ride vehicle will take you through large interior spaces with AT-ATs, encounters with shooting stormtroopers, and a face-off with Kylo Ren. Since the commercial was created for Disneyland, it indicates the attraction will open in January 2020, and of course, next week at Walt Disney World. As part of Project Stardust, the new entrance for Tomorrowland at Disneyland Park will be completed in 2020. Disney has given guests a sneak peek of the concept art for it today. As shown in the rendering, guests will soon be entering Tomorrowland on a widened pathway lined with elliptical planters that are filled with swirls of colorful flowers. You may recognize that this new threshold into the future pays homage to Tomorrowland entrances of yesterday. Disney Imagineer Kim Irvine noted, quote, "Tomorrowland has always represented a feeling of optimism. Imagineer John Hench originally designed the land with this notion of being wide open to innovative ideas and technology. When we started looking at different Tomorrowland entrances through the years, both 1955 and 1967 had very optimistic appeal, which resonated with us." The route for the red car trolley, the Disney California Adventure attraction that has been closed since April 2019, is in the process of being modified. Construction walls have gone up in front of Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout for work on the trolley track. Refurbishment calendars have indicated that the trolley will not return in 2020. We noted back in April that the red car trolley would return to California Adventure with a modified route. The walls are opposite the entrance to Guardians of the Galaxy. While the pathway is significantly reduced, it doesn't affect the operation of the attraction. These lightly themed construction walls are expected to be up until the spring of 2020. Cookie Ann, the Hong Kong-based canine chef friend of Duffy, is well on her way to Tokyo Disney Sea. She's scheduled to make her grand debut on December 26th, and the Oriental Land Company is preparing for her arrival with new items. Those items will include a new Cookie Ann-themed popcorn bucket, which will be available at the Liberty Landing Diner popcorn cart starting December 26th. The bucket features Cookie Ann's head on the front, as well as designs of food all around the bucket. The lid features her bow, along with a raised design of waffles with strawberry and whipped cream. Waffles are Cookie Ann's favorite food, and her special sandwich at Dockside Diner will feature waffles as the bread. Baby Yoda merchandise inspired by The Mandalorian is coming soon to Amazon, Target, Box Lunch, and more. Other products will also arrive at the Disney Store, Shop Disney, and at Disney Parks before the holidays. In addition, pre-sales for toys and plush will be available in the coming weeks. There are already a few t-shirts available on Amazon. The child, affectionately dubbed by fans as Baby Yoda due to its resemblance to the beloved Star Wars character, had been kept out of marketing to avoid spoiling the character's appearance in the Disney Plus series The Mandalorian. An organizational shakeup is taking place over at Walt Disney Imagineering. Kareem Daniel, the previous Executive Vice President of Global Business Operations at Walt Disney Imagineering, has now been promoted to the new role of President, WDI Business Operations, Product Creation, Games, and Publishing. Daniel will continue to report to President of Walt Disney Imagineering, Bob Weiss. A new role is also being created for Walt Disney Imagineering Parks Design and Delivery, who will report to Bob Weiss and Kareem Daniel. This leadership role has yet to be filled, but will focus on parks, resorts, and the Disney Cruise Line, likely in an effort to make sure various projects meet deadlines, something that has been a huge problem in recent memory. Within Walt Disney Imagineering at Walt Disney World, Chris Beatty is becoming the Walt Disney Imagineering Park Creative Executive for both Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. Joe Rohde will remain the Creative Executive at Animal Kingdom, while Zach Ridley, along with Tom Fitzgerald, head up Epcot. Jeanette Lomboy is the WDI Site Portfolio Executive for Disneyland Resort, with Scott Trowbridge acting as Park Creative Executive for both Disneyland and California Adventure. Trowbridge will also continue as the creative lead on all Star Wars projects for the entire division. At the international parks, Daniel Ju is the WDI Creative Executive for Tokyo Disneyland and Disney Sea, with Luke Mayrand in that role for Hong Kong. Nancy Cerudo at Shanghai Disneyland has that job, and Tom Fitzgerald is in charge of both Disneyland Paris and Walt Disney Studios Paris. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to wdwnt.com. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to WDW News Today on YouTube for more great content, and click the bell for notifications. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.